the cool thing about the expansion method, or the method of minors for solving a 3x3 determinant, is that you can pick any row or any column to expand upon and it should give you the same solution. So for example, let's say I give you this determinant where it's -2, 4, 1 in the first column, 3, -2, -2 in the second column, and then 1, 0, 3 in the third column. And I want you to find the determinant and I want you to do it first way by expanding down column 3 and then expanding by row 3. Okay? So I'm going to do these two to show you that they provide the same exact result. So first, expanding down column 3. So let's do the first one. I'm going to rewrite this. Oops. So we're expanding down column 3, which basically means we're expanding down expanding down this column here. So for the method of minors, the first thing you should do is to write all the terms of the column. So 1, 0, and 3, and spread them really far apart from each other because we're going to be writing stuff in between. Now, we have to find the minors for each so that we can tie each term to its minor. So now, to find the minor of the first term, 1, you find it on the grid, and then you get rid of the row and the column that it belongs to, and you write the 2x2 matrix that's left over in determinant form. So you write 4, 1 as first column, and then -2, -2 as the second column. Then for the 0, you do the same thing. Let's find 0 and get rid of the row that it's part of and the column that it's part of. And what's left over, we got -2, 1 as the first column, and then 3, -2 as the second column. And then finally we do the exact same the exact same thing for 3. So get rid of the row, get rid of the column. And what's left over is -2, 4, and then 3, -2 as the second column. Finally, what we have to do is to recall the sign array. And the sign array, this funky green, we're going to write, it's a 3x3 matrix, or the 3x3 matrix that starts with a plus on the top left corner, and then you alternate minus plus across the row and minus plus down the column. And then you just keep alternating signs to fill it out. And that's the sign array. And the sign array corresponds to the actual to the columns of the determinants and the rows of the determinant that you're trying to find. So since we're looking at column 3, our signs are plus, minus, plus. So in how we're going to tie these together is like so. So now we have the expression for our determinant, and now we just want to simplify. So for the first one, this is going to become 1 minus, and then finding the 2x2 determinant. So it's going to be the cross multiplication of the first two terms minus the cross multiplication of the other two terms. So 4 times -2 minus -2 times 1. A lot of minuses, sorry about that. For the second term, it's going to be 0 multiplied by this determinant. But since 0 times anything is going to be 0, we can just get rid of this term right away. So what's left is the last term. So it's going to be 3 times -2 times -2 minus 3 times 4. So now let's simplify. This becomes 1 times 4 times -2 is -8 minus -2 plus 3. These two become 4 minus 12. And finally, simplifying, we don't have to write the 1 anymore because we know that 1 multiplied by anything is that anything. So we get minus 8 minus negative 2, which is plus 2, plus 3 times 4 minus 12, which is going to give us negative 8. And then simplifying one more time, we have negative 8 plus 2, that's negative 6. Let's rewrite that, negative, plus 3 times negative 8, which is minus 24. And finally, negative 6 plus negative 24 is going to give us negative 30. And negative 30 is thus the value of the determinant, and if you want, you can write it as a sentence to make things clear. The value of the determinant is negative 30. So now we want to expand by row 3. And I want to show you that expanding by row 3 is going to give us negative 30 as well. So let's do number 2. Let's rewrite this whole thing. And we want to expand by row 3, which basically means we want to expand by this row right here. So again, let's apply the method of minors one more time. So we got 1, negative 2, 3, and then we want to write the minors for each of the terms. So for the first term, we're going to be left with 3, negative 2, 1, 0. For the second term, it's going to become negative 2, 4, 1, 0. And then finally, for the last term, which is 3, cancel out the column and the row that it's a part of, and what's left is negative 2, 4, 3, negative 2. And then finally, using the sign array, let's scroll up and find the sign array. Right, this being the sign array right here, we're looking at row 3 now. So the signs are going to be plus, minus, plus, which is the same as before. So that's how we're going to connect these 3. This is going to become plus, minus, and plus. So now let's simplify. 1 times cross multiplication, 0 times 3 is 0, minus negative 2 times 1 is negative 2. And then we have minus negative 2, which is going to be plus 2. Negative 2 times 0 is going to be 0, minus 4, which is 4 times 1. And then finally, we have 3 times negative 2 times negative 2 is going to give us 4 minus 12, right? Great. So let's simplify further. So we got 1 times 0 minus negative 2, which is the same thing as positive 2, plus 2 times negative 4, plus 3 times 4 minus 12, which is negative 8. So we have 2 minus 8 minus 24, which is the same thing as 24 minus 6, which is negative 30. So as you see, expanding by any row or any column using the method of minors, you should get the same determinant. So it doesn't matter which one you pick. And that's good news for us.